Okay, guys, we'll start the review. So first we want make sure that you have the front complete. Obviously you should have because we did it in class together. And you can use your review on the test on Monday. So the biggest difference between these two banking problems, so both of these have to deal with money in a bank. So a bank. This one is about continuously, and this one is not. So let me zoom in here. So, if you want to, you can take your notes and you can go through and go, okay, this is my put in amount. My P is my put in. My R is my rate, but always make sure you change your rate to a decimal. T is years. The other letter you will need is N is number of times a year. Alright, so we're looking at our first problem, and what I want you to do is you want to scan for the word continuously. And so if I look through this first problem, I do not see the word continuous anywhere. So I'm going to be using this first formula. So it says Kyle invested 2,500, P equals 2,500, at a rate of 0.039. So I move the decimal twice. At T is 8, time is 8 years, compounded weekly. So this is our number of times a year. So if it's every week he's getting interest on this money, then that means that it's 52 weeks that year. So 52 times that 1 year. So how much money did Kyle have when he withdrew it? So A equals, so in this formula up here, I'm going to put P, 2,500. 1 plus R, 0.039, over N, 52, and then in the exponent, it's 8 times 52. Okay, so I typed that all in, so I'm going to go to my calculator. Now, I know you may not have a calculator at home, and that's okay. You can also access any online calculator to type this in. I don't think your phone can do all of that, but any online calculator can do that. What's key is how to set it up. You can do the typing in class. So grab my calculator, type in 2,500, 1 plus 0.039 divided by 52, and then I raise it to a power of 8 times 52. Press enter, and that's how much money he has left after 8 years. So A equals 3414.99. Okay, so now I'm looking at the next problem. I'm scanning. Hey, continuously. So I'm going to use that second equation up here because it says the word continuously. That's it, period. So Preston, yes, Preston, put in $1,200 and 9 years at a rate of 0.028. So remember, rates have to be changed to decimals again. So A equals P. E's in the calculator. This is from the formula up above. And then on the exponent, it's 9 times 0.028. So I grab my calculator. I begin typing. I know you don't have a calculator. I'll type it to show you. E is that button in the calculator. Make sure you know where that button is before you start the test. And 9 times 0.028. And there's our answer. 1543.92. 1543.92. Okay, so then on the next problem, I'm scanning. Nope, no continuously word, so I'm going to use the other one. So how much does a person have in their account after 7 years? So T equals 7. If they deposited 1,700 at a rate of 0.055, so 5.5% weekly, N equals 52. And I think that's all we need. So A equals 1,700, 1 plus R, 0.055 over N, 52. And then I raise it to 7 times 52. Don't worry about multiplying the n times the t. That's what that's up there. N times t, n times t. Don't do that. Just let the calculator do it. So we grab our calculator. And we type it in, 1700. Oop, that is not 1700. 1 plus 0.055 divided by 52. Raise it to 7 times 52. See? Typed it exactly how we wrote it. Press enter. 2497.84. 2497.84. Okay, so there's our money, our banking problems. Okay, a lot of these deal with money. It doesn't mean it's banking. So we see this next one is dealing with money, but it's talking about the value of a computer. So this value of this computer depreciates. That means it decreases. So when I do my formula, it's going to be B equals 1 minus R because it depreciates. And my R is 0.18 because it's 18%. And my A0 is 1500 because that's what I bought it as. So now it wants me to write an equation for year. It just wants me to write the equation. A equals 1500. 1 minus R. And then I put a little t up here or an x. It doesn't matter. I have t in the formula. And then it says, how much will the computer be worth in 6 years? So 6 goes for that t. Take my calculator. 1500. 1 minus 0.18 to the 6. You can't see that. Press enter. And my value of my computer went down. It should have went down. It should not go up because it said it's decreasing. So that's what it's worth after 6 years. Alright, so then on the Brownsville problem, so this equation, let's talk about a couple things. Typically, that's your A0, and this is your B, which is true. The A0 is your start, your initial. It's your initial population here in Brownville, not Brownsville, Brownville. And then B is 1 plus R, so we know that if it's 1 point something, that must mean that that's the rate that it's growing at. So it wants us to just explain it like that. That's good enough. Then it says, what would the population be in 2000? Well, you do not plug in 2000. You will get huge numbers. But if you look at the time difference, right, in 1980 and in 2000, that time difference is 20. So in place of the x in that equation, I'm going to plug in 20. So I grab my calculator. Let me cover the sign here. Put it in. 72 0500 1.022 to the 20th. Now, when we get our answer, we have this E. That just means it's a huge number. You don't have to write the whole number. I don't think you have to worry about that on the test. Right? And then just do times 10 to the 6. So that's what that E means. You could write out the whole number, but you don't have to. I don't know if you know this, but if you hit Control Enter, it'll actually give you the full number. So there's something you can learn. Control Enter will give you the full number. So that's how many people are now in that city. Huge, right? It's a lot. So then our last one is about a bug population, a beetle population. Gross. So our starting population is 800. It's growing, so B equals 1 plus R, and my R is 0.05. So let's write the equation. A equals 800. 1 plus 0.05 to the T or X. That doesn't, not super important there. And then I'm going to take 8 months and plug in 8 right here. So we grab our calculator. And I'm going to clear that. 800 parentheses 1.05 to the 8th. So that's how many beetles we have. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I don't like beetles. I mean, I guess we would probably round to the ones place because we don't really want a 0.96 beetle. Alright, so that's total number of beetles. So here's what we have. Here's what you have to make sure to do. Check your answers, right? So go back over the video if you need to. Add anything extra. You know, if I didn't put enough up here at the top, feel free to add a little extra. If you needed a little bit more definitions in here, add a little extra. If we flip to the front, you know, feel free to add some extra describing words with what these mean if you want. You can use the review on the test. So make sure you bring it on Monday, otherwise it's just not going to obviously help you if you don't have it complete. Have a great weekend if you haven't already, and I'll see you Monday.